And we're live. This is TikTok Live number 48. Tonight's the 4th of February, 2025. We just had the first question asked by Maddie. I'm going to be giving the shout out in the caption of the podcast and YouTube to the top 5 listeners, whoever listened the longest on this podcast. All right, friends, I'm only going to go for 20 minutes or so. I got a meeting at 9. All right, friends, let's get after it. Maddie asked, would you say dental school / OMFS has been worth it? Well, so, as we go through life, we think about what we want to do for a career, right? And it changes over time. It constantly changes, right? And it's interesting because they say healthcare professionals, they have like they're the highest on the suicide rates charts. Sorry to go here, but yeah, like healthcare providers are on the top of the suicide rates charts, which is like really scary and very concerning too. The mental health, like, I don't know why, I don't know. It's like at all-time lows, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm not going to like cite literature on the spot here, but it's been like, why is it like that? And then you get in it and then you start to see this and that and experience this and notice that. And yeah, it's been very interesting. The healthcare path is like, there's always going to be a job, quote unquote, which is totally true. But that job is working on patients, right? Working on people, helping people. And I think there needs to be a connection of just A to B. It needs to be patient and provider. But, these days now you have most providers, especially on the medical side, a bunch of them, they work for hospitals, corporations and stuff, starting to go that way on the dental side. And insurance is where the money kind of comes from, right? For the most part, there's always that provider that is only out-of-pocket pay, and good for them. But what I'm just saying in general, the money comes from the insurance to the institution to the provider. So now there's the provider works on patients, but they work for the institution, or if they have their own practice, they work for the insurance company. They don't work for patients. They work on patients. They work with patients, but they work for the insurance company or that. And, that makes the provider very easily manipulated, or easy to manipulate. And manipulate, like just today, I was at the dental school finishing up. They added on another patient without even asking. Live restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that may be found uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason: violates community guidelines. Submit feedback. Why did I just get... Share your feedback to make our community better. I extend the decision, but restriction is too strict. The decision is... My live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice. Wow, what the heck? I'm talking about working at the dental school today. I work in dentistry and oral surgery, and yeah, so they added on patients without asking us to, and we were already 2 hours behind. First of all, that's not fair to the patients to sit around. It's not fair to us. You didn't even ask us. But here's the thing, like, this is the point I'm getting to. You work for the place and we work with patients. I think everything needs to be either insurance companies actually have to do their job and like approve treatments once in a while, actually cover costs and allow patients to get the treatment they need, or there needs to be only like patient to provider. Like that's it. We can't have insurance companies. You can't be working for these corporations. So anyway, it's to answer your question, Maddie, I would say, I went to dental school because I wanted to begin the career, get into a solid career, respectable career, and work with people, and get into oral surgery ultimately that I realized through dental school. And I did, right? So was dental school worth it? Yeah. I mean, it got me into the goal that I initially had going in, which is it. So is a yes. And then you get into it and you're wondering, I don't know, like this, it's very different from what I thought. And the crazy thing to say that is like, it's not the surgery. It's not the surgery that isn't what I thought. I love surgery. I mean, I wish it was more. It should be more than it is right now, at least. It's not as much surgery as I would have liked. I don't know. There's a lot of restrictions, insurance, payments, time, people's jobs. They can't leave their jobs and get stuff that they need. So I've been and then insurance companies, there's so many rules and regulations. The hospital, everything's a rule by the hospital. And there's just so much red tape, yellow tape. And so I've been very surprised and a bit disappointed. I wish it was better in the sense that, I don't know, it should be all about patient care, and I'm a surgeon, right? So doing surgery, and it's a lot different than that. So Maddie just got the #1 gifter badge. Thanks, Maddie. Junior joined, T joined. Monica LB433 said, I'm doing well. Awesome, Monica. I'm glad to hear you are doing well. Happy Tuesday. Wow, everyone. Okay, there were a couple comments I missed here. Yeah, Monica Stegford said, what's up, Monica? T said, what's your daily routine throughout dental school to stay on top of your studies and mental health? Oh, dude, and to be completely honest, tonight I was trying to get home to get a workout and I wanted to go for a run, and I got home, I sat down, I started looking and responding to the emails, the comments. I finished like the daily TikTok thing, washed the dishes, unpacked, and now it was 8:04, and I don't like to start work. I don't start workouts after 8 because then it tumbles into like the next day's routine, getting up and everything. So I just cut it. And it's like I literally just cut Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I worked out yesterday, but then now I got to cut today. I haven't done a long run in a week. And so why do I bring that up? Because that's kind of my like armor. That's my combat in the mental health space, is to make sure you get your workout in, sweat out all the stress of the day. I like to get home, finish my stuff, unpack, go on the treadmill, go for a run, work out, and just sweat out all the stress and the BS from the day, right? And I have been able to do that. I wasn't able to do that today. So I don't know. I made some time. Here we are, TikTok Live. Yeah. So as far as studies, it's literally just getting up earlier and right after you get out of work, cutting out a block of time that you got to hit and studying until you get the studying in that needs to get done. That's it. Like there's no two ways around that. The mental health is like, some people like to cook, some people like to do hobbies. So, Selah, is it worth it to do research for dental school, or is it just brownie points? It's bio-related. I mean, it could be cool. Selah, I would do research if I'm interested in whatever that research project is. It's something you're going to remember for your lifetime. It's something you're going to be passionate about, spending the extra hours and time here and there to get ahead, to get the next step and get the next test, the experiment, whatever it may be. As far as dental school, I would want to use that to have a topic I'm passionate about to be explaining and talking with the interviewer about, right? Because then it's going to come off as like, no, this is meaningful to the person. This is something that someone I want on my team at my dental school, right? Otherwise, if it's just something you're doing for brownie points, well, that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be a maybe brownie points kind of thing. That's what it'll end up being for you. Nicholas Rodriguez, I take my at DAT Sunday. Wish me luck. Good luck, Nicholas. I hope you do well. Get a lot of rest beforehand, and I hope you're studying tonight. Why said, how would you differentiate between a bruised ligament and a cracked tooth? Interesting. Bruised ligament? I don't know about that, but a cracked tooth? Differentiating? There is ligament around the teeth, right? The roots of the teeth are embedded in the bone by what's called the PDL, periodontal ligament. And technically that is a ligament. I guess you could say it kind of absorbs a little bit of shock, whatnot, if you will, but it's, no, it attaches it to the cementum, which is the root structure, to the alveolus, the alveolar bone surrounding that tooth structure. And yeah, so there actually is ligament in teeth, but bruised ligament, I don't know. T said, what's your daily routine through at dental school? Stay on top of that. Got it. Jack Wolf 30 said, if I'm interested in specializing, should I pick a dental school that has a residency program? I mean, it can potentially help, and then you'll get attendings as you learn and meet them and develop relationships throughout dental school. They'll be able to write your letters of recommendation to other programs of whatever that specialty that you're interested in. So it can't hurt, right? I could see being several benefits. Should you pick a dental school around that? No, I mean, dental school is not a one-sided decision here. There's so many factors involved, being location, class size, tuition, clinical experience. What are the match rates of that dental school for getting their students into residency or specialties, right? So, there's a lot that goes into that question. Hannah said, I took my DAT today. Awesome. How'd it go, Hannah? Thanks for coming on. Guys, top 5 listeners, I'm giving you a shout out to in the caption of the podcast on YouTube, by the way. Nicholas Rodriguez at Hannah, how was it? I'm mad and nervous for mine. Yeah. You'll get nervous. I know I was nervous too. That's normal though, right? If you weren't nervous, it might be a little weird. You wouldn't be as motivated to get that extra studying, right? So serves a purpose. Tootie said, are you done with dental school? Yeah, I'm done with dental school. I'm almost done 4 or 5 months now. I'll be done with residency. Letitia 323, I think because you have mentioned the unalive. Oh, you think so? I mean, I'm kind of bringing it to like service in a good way, I think, right? So at least I think. But Letitia, thanks for pointing that out. I didn't even think about that. I like, Amanda said, at Hannah, yay, congrats. Yeah, congrats to Hannah. Awesome. Yay, Shay said, what do you think of mewing? Like, I don't know what that means. Amanda 2D said, yes, he's in residency. At Hannah said, at Nicholas Rodriguez, I got a 22 academic average, 24 total science, and 19 PAT. Awesome. Excellent scores, Hannah. That PAT, I think you could have gotten that up a little bit. That was the best PAT resource I remember was boot camp and Chad's videos. I think it was Chad's videos, right? No, I'm sorry. Crack the Dat. Crack the Dat PAT was the best resource for the PAT section from what I remember. That was it for me. We're going back 8 years. Well, 2016, are you going to get perm job or travel around? Yeah, I'm getting a permanent job. I'm going to be an associate. So, I mean, I would like to become a partner if I can prove my worth and get an offer as a partner in the practice. That's my number one goal. But Yeah, I mean the goal is for it to be permanent. I signed. I'll be starting August 15th at the Melville office of All County Oral Surgery. It's on Long Island. So Nicholas Rodriguez at Hannah, big win. That is a big win. Hannah said Nicholas Rodriguez, deaf practice, PATQRRC every day because you need to be fast for those. Hannah's correct with that. That's very important. And that is true. Let me know when I GAD. What are some of the things I can do as a college freshman who wants to gain more dental experience? Well, you could work in a dental office. You could definitely work as an assistant in a dental office. Yeah, that would be something. There you go. Look for a dentist. Google dentist offices in your area. Maybe call or go to the office and ask someone if they'd be interested, if they have a job opening for you. That's something to do. Let me know when Jack Wolf 30 said thoughts on DSO offices. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. I don't think healthcare can really get so corporate. I just don't think it works. And I think the current state of healthcare today is kind of proving that, right? I mean, number one problem, I think, is insurance. It's too insurance centric and not patient centric. Number two is there's a lot of corporatization, consolidation, and monopolization, which is what's happening. One of the hospitals that my residency program is affiliated with, I mean, this is happening around very populated areas, but the big hospital systems start buying other hospitals and outpatient offices in its area, picking up the real estate, and they gain a lot of revenue. They also gain a lot of market share, if you will, right? But these big giant monopolies are, all the rules are the same, there's no outliers if there's no room for outliers if everyone has to follow the same guidelines and stuff. Guidelines are good, but then there's grants and I think that's essentially owning a part of the space in dentistry, medicine, and healthcare where it's getting in the way of patient to provider interaction. In a way, it can be aiding it, but I mean, just the lack of patients that can get care that they need, get it covered by insurance. I don't know. Here's how I would put it. Number one problem in healthcare right now is insurance. It's become an insurance-centered healthcare system rather than patient-centered care. Number two, biggest problem in healthcare right now is, again, the corporatization, consolidation, and monopolization of these big healthcare systems when they buy that outpatient office or that smaller hospital nearby in the county over to the left, and they keep all the patients and everything in the system. There are very few outliers when it comes to research as it really grows, as everyone has to follow the same regulations within that space. And essentially what it really comes down to, I think, as well, is that providers are held under the thumb to this major corporate institution, right? And they really can't do anything besides what the institution wants them to do. They can't really they lose a lot of freedom when they work for institutions like that. So that's a big concern I have of mine. Those are the issues I can see in healthcare and will continue to change its course as the years to come. So I don't know. That's Jack Wolf 30. That's my thoughts on DSO offices and just in the answer delivered as in terms of healthcare in general. Hutch Mom 5. Ooh, I just lost it. No. Guys, top 5 listeners. I'll be giving you a shout out in the caption, by the way. Holy smokes, that's a lot. That's a lot. Oh my God. Where's the Hannah? Be more like you. Gabby Ward. Ro. Hey, what's up? Hey, Doc. Hey, what's up, Ro? How's it going? Hutch Mom 5. It's sad that some people put off dental treatment because of what insurance dictates. Exactly. It's such a big problem. Again, it's insurance-centered healthcare nowadays, not patient-centered healthcare. I would argue, and attendings have told me this, who grew up with surgeons in their family, and the surgeons had said that more people got treatment back then because it was like, sure, you might not be able to afford it, but you'd change the family's tire and then they'll do your foot surgery, or you bring over a couple dozen eggs for a couple weeks and more people would get treatment back then. And insurance is such a big problem to patients getting treatment nowadays. I mean, it's crazy what we're seeing. Obo 2016, are you going to get a perm job to drive around? I answer that. Alamiano, can I hurt my jaw from chewing gum where it hurts to bite? Well, if you're chewing on the area where it hurts to bite, yeah, that might not be good. Might crack a tooth, might cause something. Can you hurt your jaw? I don't know what your jaw looks like. I don't know what the bone structure is looking like, but you got to be careful if you're chewing on potentially weakened teeth or loose teeth. That's another one. Nicholas Rodriguez at Hannah. Yeah, I take it Sunday. I'm at the end of my studying. Get it, Nicholas. Let me know when I GAD. What are some things I can do in college freshman to gain more dental experience? Bobo, are you going to get a perm job? Ro said, hey, Doc. Gabby Ward, third-year dental student. I hope it gets better after school. Yeah, and make sure you really think about what is going to make it better after school. Because in a school, remember, you're in like a little corporate structure, D3, D4. You're treating patients. You're treating patients that pay the institution for treatment, But the people doing the treatment, you're paying the institution for that education, but you're doing the work in that place. I mean, the dental school model is it's nuts, right? And it's not what you seem today, because now they're making more money off the students than they are on patient care. And sure, you could be like, oh, well, we're not supposed to be making money off of patients. Well, you need to incentivize more patient care. And now there's less and less incentive, because the whole idea is to keep the same amount of clinic chairs, but increase the amount of classes that you have, the didactics, presentations that are just recycled year after year. You can increase that, but you don't have to increase the clinic size. So it doesn't incentivize. And this is what's happening at dental schools throughout the United States. So it doesn't incentivize patient care. So I do have a problem with all that. And this is a problem, right? I don't know. And like, no one's talking about this. Be more like Hybe. Hey, for people interested in OMFS that have been out of school for a while, what are the first steps? I would work on getting that CBSE score out of the way. That's the exam that you need to apply. I would focus on that. Work on getting a good CBSE score, and then move on from there. Hannah said, at Nicholas Rodriguez, you'll do great. Sleep early and pray hard. Great advice, Hannah. Thank you. Pete, what advice do you have for someone with a low GPA due to circumstances that were out of their control? Well, you have an opportunity to mention that in your personal statement to the institution, right? And on the interview as well. So it's two chances. The third thing is just focus on what you can control now, right? If it's out of your control, don't worry about it. That's just going to distract you from what you can control. And that what you can control is make move after move. Every day you need to be taking a step forward and just don't even look back, okay? That's what I would say. User 1171. Did you ever take those free NBME forms before your CBSE? Yeah, I did. They weren't very representative at all, I'm going to be honest with you. You do a lot better on those than you will do on the exam, and I didn't like that. Amanda asked, how did you balance dental school and studying for the CBSE? Really struggling with that right now as a D1. Gotcha. D1 is a little early. I did this D2, mostly D3 year. Right before I took it for the last time, it was getting up early, doing a block before I would go in, study that during the classes in school, study it over lunch. And then at the end of the day, we didn't have a library, so I would go to Panera. I would bring my dinner with me. I would go right to Panera. I'd set up shop. I'd leave my phone in the car. I'd put my noise canceling headphones in, and I would just go to work. And Panera, I'd stay there till it closes. That's how I got 6 to 8 hours of studying in a day on weekdays on top of dental school. It's a lot. You're exhausted, but there's no other answer. There's no other answer I could find. Nicholas Rodriguez at Hannah, thank you. I most definitely will. Arturo, oh, the drama of it all. Yeah, Arturo, a lot of drama. Thanks for tuning in to this drama scene. Monica LB433, do you or did you find it difficult to work out after being on your feet all day? No, I don't even think about that. Nope, that. It seems physical, all mental. You just got to tell yourself you're going. My biggest thing is I have a cutoff. 8 o'clock. If it's after 8 o'clock, I don't start a workout. It starts to trail into the night and the next day. Not good. Joe WQ12. OMFS requires you to be on top of your class. 1 year internship, then 4 years of residency. Not necessarily 1 year internship, but yeah, you want to be towards the top of your class if you can get good scores, good CBSE, and it's 4 or 6 years of residency. Applebows said, Dr. Hunt, Dr. Gray needs you in the OR3 for a tavern. Call me Owen Hunt. I get called that all the time. That's really funny. That's really funny, though, for a tavern. KDS 2107, can a wisdom tooth be used to make a bridge? Can it? Technically, it can potentially be able to. It's not done very often. That's very rare. Generally, it's not, but it can, yeah. I'm also not a prosthodontist. I don't restore teeth. So he said, LMVO, Dr. Hunt. Cactus said, when I woke up from genioplasty, I was vomiting. This caused the screws to rip out. Ooh, whoa. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you were vomiting after the genioplasty. Hopefully they gave you Zofran to try and control that. Zofran is a Dontratron. It's one of the anti-nausea medications. Civ05 said, I'm going to be a TMJ specialist tomorrow. I'm going to a TMJ specialist tomorrow to see if the twitch I've developed on one side of my face is, I hope you could get that figured out. I'm not so sure that's related to TMJ. Could be stress, could be other things. Viral illness. Joe WQ12. KDS, technically yes, but it's tough to work with wisdom teeth since they are so far back. True. I think that's Arabic. Something an Arabic ass. Favorite snack to have in between cases? Banana. I go with the banana. Yeah, a banana. That's probably banana, or I eat these RX bars in the morning. They're pretty good. They got protein. They're very healthy, nutrients and stuff. Or tuna, little packs of tuna. That's a good one too. High protein, like no fat. Low calories too. It's like strictly protein. It's excellent. Yeah, that was excellent. User 5573. If my wisdom teeth erupted and they aren't causing pain, can I keep them? Potentially, I would get a consultation at an oral surgeon's office. and have them evaluate that before, because this is not something you can tell through social media, right? This is not medical advice. You got to see an oral surgeon for an actual, like, legitimate consultation, x-rays potentially, right? Two, you say, can I get into dental school with a low GPA? Well, what do you consider low GPA? And where are you applying? What's everything else? What's your DAT score? Because potentially, Letitia 323, yeah, I have heard it's triggered by just saying certain words. Yep, yes, yeah, that can happen. Any advice for CBSE on Saturday? Yeah, get a lot of sleep, study right now. You should definitely be studying. Friday, maybe not so much studying, but definitely review it and hop right in there. Get a good night's sleep the night before. I like to have a lot of carbs the night before, like running a race or a sports event, or playing a basketball game in college, or exams, because that's quick energy for your body the next day. All right, friends, TikTok Live number 48. I got to sign off now. It's 9 o'clock. I got a meeting. Heading over there right now. Top 5 listeners tonight. I'm putting you in the caption as a shout out on Spotify, Apple, podcast, and YouTube. So if you were the top 5 listeners, you'll be in the comment section. I'll be seeing it at the end. All right, friends. Wish you a great rest of the day. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for coming on. TikTok Live number 38. All right, guys. I love you guys. Have a good night.